Well, viewers, we've parked next to this lovely final facelift Jaguar XJS convertible with a beige leather interior and wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior. Why this car isn't in the show today, I don't really know, but what show is it that we're going to? Well, you've already read that in the title already, so without further ado we will walk down and start filming over there. So here we are for the Concorde Classics Car Show at the Concorde Hotel, which is just near Eastleigh. It's actually walking distance from where we live, but because I've been at another show already today, I've had to sort of drive and park. But we will go in and we will shambolically shuffle our way around. I do apologise in advance for any incorrect information. If I fall over, if I just generally make a hash of it, I'm afraid that's just the way that it goes on this channel. Right, viewers, I've been given this programme and I can vote for my favourite car of the day. I wonder what one that'll be. So we've got quite a few here today. It's busier than the event that I came to last year. I actually was exhibiting myself, but I did think about doing it today, but the calibre of the stuff that's normally here is kind of far and beyond a 19-year-old Rover 45 V6, so never mind, maybe another time if I have another car or something. So we've got this Chevrolet 3100 here. This must be what, 1940, something like that. Not very good at American cars, I'm afraid. But there's actually stuff behind there as well as stuff this side this year, which is the biggest it would have been since 2019. I'm amazed just how many cars there actually are here today and how many people there are here today. Ooh, a Lotus Evora. Very, very nice viewers. I would like to have a go in one of those. Obviously this isn't JM1 cars, so we don't know much about those, but there we go. Ooh, a Riley. There we go, 1936 Riley Kestrel. That's a nice strong start, isn't it, viewers? Look at this. Very nice green leather interior. But viewers, I think we've already seen something that might mean we've peaked a tiny little bit early. This Rolls-Royce Silver Spirit has an olive interior. Oh, is that beige? No, it's not. I saw one here last year. It was like an 81. It was a little bit earlier than this, with a beige leather interior. So perhaps that'll be there. There we go. There's all the information there about the Riley. But yes, we're doing pretty well already, I should think. Ooh, a BMW 8 Series. That's a personal plate on there, but fortunately most of the cars that are here do have a little exhibitor's sheet on here, which sort of does tell you exactly what they are. It's a 97 840 Ci, very nice. That's very nice. Oh yeah, oh yes, I knew this would be here. Viewers, how do you possibly top the Rolls-Royce of beige leather interiors with a wooden dash? I don't think it's possible. Yes, 81. Very nice, viewers. Yeah, we saw this last year, and how on earth are we going to get any better than this? Quite literally, the Rolls-Royce of beige leather interiors. We might actually have another look the other side as well if we can. The window's open. Yes, there we are. Very nice. Also very nice are these Gordon Keebles. Oh, I better pause there. Right, viewers, I hope I don't have too many more announcements because it's not good for video when that happens, I'm afraid. Gordon Keebles, yes. For a time, these were locally made. They literally were made less than a mile from here. What is now Southampton Airport, but was Eastleigh Airport, a factory right next to it. Chevrolet V8, 5.7 litres in capacity. This is a 64. So they're called the Gordon Keeble GK1 was the actual name of them. This one's actually got a local plate on it. That's a Southampton registration, AA. This is the 66. So yeah, 99 of them made. I have seen these before. They're designed by Giugiaro. Very, very, very pretty cars, these. And you know, it's the sort of thing that you had a lot of money. They just couldn't literally make these fast enough. I think that was the biggest problem with them. They just couldn't make them quickly enough. They had a lot of sort of unique bits in them. It just had trouble with supply, and so they only ever made 99 of these. And I think it's 3 different locations. Initially I think it was in Buckinghamshire, then in Eastleigh, and then I think in Sholing, which is also in Southampton. This is a 65. Oh, viewers, is that a beige leather? Yes. I think I found a favourite one of the 3. I think it's this one, and for obvious reasons. Just have a look at this 1947 Humber Super Snipe. I'm not really very knowledgeable about these. Very typical sort of late 40s, early 50s interior in these, and you know, the sort of whole design of them is very much of a period just after the war. Very sort of typical colour of the period as well, this sort of brown on brown. Try not to fall over, which is always a possibility on these. Are you joking? Is this the actual one they used in Top Gear? Or is this a replica? I mean, certainly with that fleet registration, this actually could be. Gosh, they are. There's both of them. Wow. The C E apostrophe D. This one's an auto. I imagine the usual one would have been a manual, but they did have an automatic. There we go. I didn't realise you could actually sell these for road use. Maybe they aren't. Here we go. This is the manual. So this will be the actual Astra. There is the roll cage, and there is the signatures on the bonnet. There we go. There's all the times on there. Astra 1.6 tech line, Astra J. I have actually, I've driven an Astra J. I drove an Astra J just yesterday. It's a 1.6 auto. I'm sure many of you even own Astra Js, but there we go. This is the actual one. That's not something I was expecting to see, viewers, but most welcome anyway. We will we'll keep going down here. Got an awful lot of Porsches here, like stacks of Porsches. We've actually fitted more cars here than I've ever seen, and we've got probably a bigger show than ever, which is very good. I think it's a 911, 911. The ones which are kind of really new and not so much of interest to me, but this thing very much is. Look at this. The exhibition sheet will tell me what exactly year this is. It's an 81 SC Targa. The Fuchs alloy wheels. Ooh, viewers, another beige leather interior. That's fine. I don't know if that's leather, then it's certainly beige, and that is very nice. Well tail and all sorts of exciting things. Wonderful. I think this is a 997.2. Oh, a 968 Club Sport. Wow. From 1994. This was a sort of base model of them. They stripped out things like the air conditioning and various other bits and made this even lighter. Now these Club Sports are actually worth more than the standard 968s. Certainly my preference would just be a normal one, but there we go. So yes, modified suspension, larger 17-inch wheels, no rear seats, 100 kilograms lighter than the standard 968. 2002 Boxster 986 is the 2.7. That is Zanzibar Red. Apparently these are amazingly good cars. I've never actually had the pleasure of having one of these. I'll go on one of these, but certainly would be fun. Another more modern, it's a 911.2. This is pretty a 997 or something. Sometimes they don't have the information sheet in them, and that means I have to sort of guess. I don't know much about the cars, but sometimes I do know, and I do know that this is. Okay, thank you. So this Stag is coming out, so is this TR6. Is that the same colour? Actually, I think they are the same colour. Stag 7172 being Mark 1. It's quite an early TR6, they came out on a G. So it'd be 6970. And then there's the Ford Zodiac. It's quite late for one of these, the Mark 3s. I think they made these until sort of late 65, early 66, so that's quite a late one. With the gold badge, of course. Now this is a replica GT40. Yeah, it's a GTD supercar. I think we very rarely see actual GT40s at any shows because they're worth so much money, but that is a very, very nice looking replica. That's very, very nice. I wonder what year this is. But it's been to Thruxton, that's exciting. Really bad on these modern Ferraris, viewers. It's a Ferrari F12 Berlinetta from 2013. Yeah, this isn't really the sort of channel where you kind of see much of that sort of stuff. And there we go, I was right. Mark 3 Zodiac made from 60-66, so that'll be quite a late one. Series 2 E-Type, 1969. Which, ooh. Does that mean that's for sale? Interesting. Could be. So if that's for sale, then Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says this could be yours. That I think is a 996. Yes, it is. It's a 996 Turbo from 2002. I think quite a few people are quite fond of these. Very, very, very fast. Aston Martin here. I'm really bad on the sort of modern Aston Martins. I think I'm going to have to look at the information sheet here. That's how bad I am at these. Ooh, Vantage V12S. Which you can tell it's V12 because it tells you on the cam cover there. That's really squeezed into there, isn't it? That's probably not the lowest maintenance car. Ooh, a McLaren. Again, I absolutely know absolutely nothing about sort of McLarens and things. I just don't know anything about them, I'm afraid. I do know about this Subaru SVX though. This will be a Japanese import. They were sold officially over here, but they didn't sell too many of them. This one, 9192 registration. Someone's actually got a Matchbox model in there as well. Weird sort of little windows, which you know, not fully opening. Only this bottom section of them opened. This one's an auto. I think actually they were all auto. 3 litre 6-cylinder engine. All kinds of gadgets and gizmos, and exciting really. And it's the sort of thing I'd try to have a go in. If anyone's got an SVX, they want to let me have a go in on the channel, then please do let me know. It would be fun. This Mustang I've seen before. I think I saw it last year. We're into kind of more section here of sort of things that you expect to see at a classic car show. We'll go along this side first. Splitty Volkswagen camper here, 1966. It's a Westphalia conversion. There we go. We can see a bit of the interior now. These are worth an absolute fortune, of course. Look at all these period accessories and things we've got on this one. A couple of other German things from the 60s here, 70s. Mercedes SL, it's a Pagoda. It's a 280 SL from, this is the 1970s, so just after the end of the 60s. These are beautiful, beautiful cars, these Pagodas. This one's an auto. I can't remember if all of them were auto. Like all ones I tend to see seem to be automatic. I don't really know why. Ooh. Viewers, the W108 250 SE. That's a lovely condition. It's an early one as well, 66. That's ever so nice. Unrestored. Wow. Can't believe that's not been restored. That's a beautiful condition. Amazing. I think we've seen this before, but I think this would have been here 3 years ago actually at the show. So it's an 88 E30 325 Sport Tech 2. It's not an M3, but straight away you could know that because the M3s are all left-hand drive. This is right-hand drive, so that's a dead giveaway really. But all the sort of accessories and things on this one, very, very kind of typical kind of 80s to have all these sort of bits on them. Locally registered as well. I think that's Portsmouth plate on that. Another E30 here. This is a pre-facelift one. It looks to be an 86. I think the facelift was late 86, only 87, so it would be an 86. Another 325i two-door. Very nice. Ooh. So the TR6 has moved over here, and so the Stag, they've moved to the sort of back of it. It's become a bit of a closer look. Maybe take a look at the interior of the TR6. Lovely wood dash. This one I think has the fuel injection, the Lucas mechanical fuel injection on this one. That's interesting colour for the interior of this Stag. This one's a manual with the overdrive. It's the same colour as the wood. I think these are actually vinyl seats rather than leather from what I remember. It's very nice condition, like anything that's here, it's all in nice condition. And more Stags here. On an M, I can't remember if this is a Mark 1 or a Mark 2. Somebody will tell me. Oh, a Mark 2. Okay, so this would be a 73. Current owner for 20 years. Excellent. Stags are actually still quite affordable. They're not that expensive really when you consider what they offer. Oh, viewers. Just like last year and 2019, we have some Triumph Dolomite Sprints, and I'm going to hide my wallet again because this one in particular is very, very similar in specification to the one used in the professional. It's not exactly the same. That was a, I think a 77. This is not. This is a 73, so it's quite an early Dolomite Sprint, but it's the same sort of spec as the one used in the professionals, and that is absolutely beautiful. I take it the owner doesn't want to sell it, which is just as well, because I might get tempted, so I shall keep away. This one's a little bit later. There are some sort of minor specification differences between the early and the later cars. Let's take a look at now. Ooh, look at that. It's just absolutely beautiful. And we've got a heritage certificate here, which will also tell us the year of this one. So it's a 77. If it's on an S, it'll be very early 77, so it would be registered after the 1st of August, although it was built in May. Oh, actually, no, it was actually registered in 78, but it's a 77 car. Just wonderful views, and someone very sensibly put like a towel on the back of there to stop the foam on the rear bench at the top cracking, which is what happens with a lot of these. And yes, here is another car we've seen before. For those of you who are familiar with the early days of the channel will have seen it anyway. This is a Mini Sprite from August 1994. Again, the local Rover dealer. Although these never were badged as Rovers, they were sold by Rover dealers, and this was registered at the local Rover dealer to here in Chandler's Ford on the 1st of August 1994. We've still got the original sticker, we've still got the original dealer plates with the pre-1995 area code on them. Still got the original wheel trims, although they're a bit scuffed. Absolutely and utterly amazing. By contrast, this is a really, really late classic Mini. It's a 2000 Cooper Sport, and this has all the sort of bits and pieces on it. The Sprite's actually it's a Mark 6, so it's not got the airbag or anything like that, whereas this is a Mark 7, so it has things like that in it. Most agreeable views, particularly when next week I'm going on a mini event to the Isle of Wight with West Country Minis. Very appropriate, really. This one's a much earlier Cooper, sort of 91, actually 92. Thank you, information sheets, for telling me. It's not been very far away. If it's Hadley's of Basingstoke, that's not far away either. But yes, these I think those are the original wheel trims from these sort of earlier days of the revived Cooper. I think they came out around 1990. Very nice. Right, we shall go this way. Hopefully we can get through here. Ooh, a Skoda Octavia. I'm not even sure if these are officially sold over here, to be honest, viewers. Cars from My Old Country by Miroslav Sinek. 1960 Octavia, there we go. Fantastic. That's in beautiful condition, isn't it, viewers? Rather like this very, very late Alpha Sud. This looks like a TI to me. Yes, it's a 1983, so it's right at the end. Boxer engine, I think this is a 1.5 originally, but this actually had an engine change. This is a 1.7 from a 33, which of course shared many components with the Alpha Sud. Look at this interior, that is beautiful. Wow. Let's take a pause a second here. Lloyd Vehicle Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. Right viewers, the announcements have finished for the time being. It's a real nightmare when you're filming a show with lots of announcements, I'm afraid. Although stills and just walking around is not a problem, it's just when you're filming it can be a bit of a problem. MGTF Trophy Blue. Maybe I should have sort of come along here because I would have fitted straight into the MG Rover section. 2003, owned for 9 years, only used at shows. Yes, it does look like a show car. I think this RX-8 was here as well. I have driven an RX-8. It was quite a while ago actually, now comparatively speaking. But this was also, I think, at the show in 2019. Often they are the same cars that are here. This one's quite an early one. I think this is the high horsepower model. This is 231. It's registered in 2004. 6-speed gearbox in there. They are fun to drive. The ride's quite hard, and you know, they are quite thirsty. You have to use a lot of oil, but that is quite a stunning car. Goodness me, a Simca Ronde Coupe. Wow, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I've never seen one of these before. Yeah. Simca Ronde Plein Ciel from 1958. Goodness me, that's rare. They did sell, I think, the Aronds over here, but just the standard sort of saloons, not something like this. I don't think there's going to be many of those in the country. This actually could be the only one. Wow. Bit more common. 1965 Jaguar Mark II 3.4 litre. And is that a beige leather interior, viewers, with wood? It looks like it. I do like a nice beige leather interior. Another one here from days gone by. Actually, the same real company, because Daimler and Lanchester did sort of merge, and then they before they then sold out to Jaguar in 1960. The Lanchester was sort of a companion make to Daimler, but before that takeover happened, I think Lanchester went. So that's a 51.
So I'm wandering around the stands.
Right, viewers, once again, get going in after announcements. So 1978 to 79 Mini pickup. These Mini pickups actually retained the features of the Mark I Mini right the way through to the end of production in 1982. I have actually seen one in an A registration. Yeah, they were made for a long time. So this just pressed steel grille.
Sorry to interrupt, Rob. Could Jasper and Guy, please?
Right, okay, keep going. So pressed
grill.
grille.
The car show main arena again in the grass area, and we're
Gosh,
with our main.
I'm going to have to stop again, I'm afraid. Right, I hope this time there's going to be no more announcements. So yes, pressed steel grille, exposed door hinges, sliding windows, and these house-style door handles. They're all things that were on the original Mini in 1959, but gradually got sort of changed or removed, especially by the time of the Mark III Mini that came in 1969. See though, we've got various bits from 70s Minis in there, such as that sort of panel switches down there, steering wheel, things like that. But remarkable condition, actually. Really, really nice. Very nice indeed. 1951 Mercedes 170 here. It's not something I don't think was sold over here, as far as I know. Left-hand drive, this one. Certainly had a nice retrim in there at some point as well. I'm not very familiar with them really. I don't know much about Mercedes in general, the classic ones, but that is very nice. 72, 73, although that plate is a lot later. Porsche 914. This is the 2-litre version of Targa. This will be an import. I don't think we ever sold these over here officially, actually. Must have been imported years and years ago if it's on a P plate. Because that was what they used to do back in the day when we used to import cars. They used to actually just register them on the year that they were imported. But yeah, 72, 73 according to the owner. 1966 Ford Mustang. I was actually expecting to see more of these here today, considering just how popular they are at shows and things. But that's a very nice one. Right, I'm afraid I'm not going to stop this time with the announcements. They're just obviously going to just keep talking, which is hopeless for my video, but there's really nothing I can do about that. Otherwise, I'll just never get around. So, 1974 Ford Escort RS Mexico. You can tell it's 74 because that Classics is from 75. Very late one actually for these. They finished production, I think, late 74. This is real Mexico. That'll be worth an awful lot of money. Mark 3 Ford Capri here. It's a 2.8 injection with a body kit. Oh, and a Jan Speed exhaust. It's a popular modification. That's a bit more of a standard, that power figure there of 180 horsepower. We love our old Fords in this country, and you know, we have some very nice ones here. This looks a bit like an RS 2000. I might be wrong about that, but that's certainly got some kind of body kit on it. Very, very wide one indeed, even wider than the standard one that these would have had. But yeah, I can't quite see from actually get around the back, so we're going to have to assume that it is. Unfortunately, there's no information sheet on this one, which is a bit of a shame, but that has got an RS steering wheel on it. It also has had a modified gearbox put in it. That's a 5-speed, which they never would have come with that originally. Ooh, an XR3i. Or is this an RS Turbo? You have to be a bit careful here, viewers. It is an XR3i. It's a really late one as well. It's a 1990 on an H, so absolutely the last that these could have been. Oh, another Capri 2.8 injection. This one, 84, 85, registration 84. That is ever so nice. Local registration actually to the area again on OT is a local plate. This will be an injection special, I think, actually, judging by the interior and the wheels, and the fact it's got a 5-speed gearbox. Injection special, I think it would be. The idea of that is to let the coil, which is very high output, is that a Lotus? That lets it recover much quicker. Exige. Oh, okay, so handy Lotus in Eastleigh. I didn't realise they actually sold.
Thank you very much, and thanks for coming along to today's car show.
Didn't realise they sold Lotus over handy in Eastleigh. But here we go, 3.5 V6 from things like the Evora. Wow, that's the sort of last of the line. Gosh, it's obviously brand new on a 22 plate. That's pretty special. Ooh, an ADO 16. This one is a Worsley, I think it must be a 1300 probably. I think this is a late Mark II. Yeah, it's a 1300 Auto, like my grandfather used to have. He had one of these, although I never actually saw the car that he had. On a J registration, so 70 to 71. Oh, Morris Minor 1000. I drove a Morris Minor 1000 just the other day. This is a relatively early one, 57. They came out in 56. This is a genuine Tourer, and this will be worth a lot of money. We're still on the kind of trafficators on this. We've still got this sort of older style rear lights, but yeah, there's beautiful condition, this one. And then that sort of iconic early style steering wheel. And you still get 2 glove boxes at this stage as well, which is nice. It's just been restored at Charles Ware. Wonderful. I think we'll finish this part on this Porsche Porsche 928, which it's not something that I've known too much about these, but certainly they have a place in classic car world for sure. This is 88 to 89, it's an S4. Excellent. So thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching part 1 of the Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the 2022 Concorde Classics Car Show. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for part 2, like this video, leave a comment below, and hopefully next time we won't get interrupted by so many announcements. I do apologise having to keep sort of going, it got annoying after a while, I'm afraid.